Hey guys, welcome back to UModeler. Have you ever wanted to paint an image onto a game object but wasn't sure how to approach it? Let's take a look at the painting mode to see how we could do it. All right, so I have two objects here. I created a cube and I created a sphere. This will probably help us be able to demonstrate this pretty quickly. All right, so the first thing you might want to do is to make sure that your game object is UV'd. So what I'm going to do is go into my editor mode, my UV editor, and making sure that all my faces are selected. I'm going to hit cube and do a quick unwrap. All right, so that will work for that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the sphere here. So it's going to select all these faces and then head over to the editor and hit quick unwrap. And that should be good enough. All right. So we want to paint an image onto this object. So I'll pick the cube first. All right. So the first thing I want to do is head over to the paint mode. And then once you're in the paint mode, make sure this is selected and hit start painting. Now, there's a couple of ways to approach this. The first way is more similar to just kind of painting, like splot painting, just kind of putting images wherever you want. And what you do is have a paint layer. And if you don't have a paint layer here, what you want to do is click on add layer. And here you can actually select the paint layer. So what I'm going to do now is go down, and inside this paint layer in the properties, you select the brush, and then you want to go down to where it says texture. Now, right now, I already have a texture assigned, but if you didn't, it would look like this. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. It would basically be whatever color you have selected here. So if we have black, we have black, we have red, we have whatever color we want. All right, but what we want is an image here. So what we want to do is take and drag this image here, and if we click, it's still black. Well, because we need to change this color to white so that we can get the actual image as it is. All right, and so now you can see we can paint directly on here with an image, and it works perfectly fine here. All right. And of course, just like with color, you can change the size, you can change the opacity. So if you need to reduce the opacity a little bit, you can do that. If you want to change the rotation, in order to rotate this, you're going to hold down the shift key and you can change both the rotation and the size of it as well. So if you need something like this, that's kind of useful. Kind of do something like that. All right, cool. So it just kind of depends what you're looking for and what you need with this. But this is a quick way to go ahead and actually paint an image onto an object. Now, the other way is, I'll demonstrate the other way on the sphere, is using a sticker. So what you can do is go to the paint area here, make sure that's selected, hit start painting. And instead of using the paint layer, what we can do is hit plus and go down to add sticker. And this is going to be kind of like a projection. So what we're doing is changing this projection, and we can click and change the location of this. And we can do the same thing with rotating this as needed as well. All right. So what I'm going to do is go down in my layers here, and what you can see here in the properties is the albedo, and you want to change the texture out. So the same thing can be done with this. So we can go to, let's actually change our image to something else like this X. Awesome. So now we have this image and we can project it wherever we want, right? Perfect. And what we can do here is also, if you don't want metallic or smoothness to be applied, you can just go ahead and have that turned off. And there you have that as well. Now, the sticker has a few different properties. You have the width and the height. And as you can see, as I make that larger, it starts to get larger, of course, but it starts to fade out. But what we want to do is change the depth because it's like a projection. So what we want to do is change that depth. And as we change that depth, it starts to kind of wrap around this. All right. Perfect. And you can change the rotation if you want, all types of different options. Great. All right, so once you're done applying your texture or applying your image, you would want to export this as an object. Of course, if you don't want to export it, you can just go ahead and click this, just so that if you need to go back into object mode to do something else, you can kind of still see it. So I'll do the same thing for this cube. I'll go back into my paint mode and click this little toggle. And this toggle just gives you the ability to get out of paint mode, but still see the effects of what you painted. So if you actually want to save this out as a texture, what you would want to do is go into your paint mode, go down at the very bottom. And what you would do is here, and you can do export all, and you would just click this and you would save out your albedo or whichever types you have selected here, and you would save those where you need to. Well, that's pretty much it. I hope that was useful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm always on Discord. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to stay up to date with the latest features and updates by hitting the subscribe button and clicking the notification bell. More features are coming and you wouldn't want to miss out. I'll see you soon.